Are we good? Are we live? I think we're live. Hey there, everyone. This is KT. We're doing an interesting stream today. This is going to be. Oh, where's my? Hang on. There we go. Going to be trying to recatch my shiny Beldum, but before that, I need to make a trade really quick. I don't think the stream is going to go for very long. I got fed up with this after one encounter that took over an hour, and I didn't even run out of balls. It was just an insanely slow exchange, so I think we'll give this one attempt, and I may just bang my head against this offline. Hang on, probably going to make a mic noise. Emerald. So what I need to do, I need to trade. I'm thinking I bring a Shell Bell in, and that's my secret ticket to getting Beldum stuck in an endless loop. Stuck in an endless loop, asleep, and at low health. Because if you're unaware, Beldum's catch rate is 3, and every legendary in the series has a catch rate of 3, meaning it is incredibly hard to catch them. There we go. Sorry if that was making noise on the microphone. I have to do a trade using Emerald. I didn't even set up the Pokemon to trade over. We could probably get away with you. I think I have another flyer. That's what we'll do. We'll trade you. Can I teach Swablu fly? Maybe I can. Maybe it won't matter. I don't really need HMs for what we're doing. And I believe I have another flyer on this file. So the setup, what we're doing is a bit complicated. I will be making a lengthy video explaining how I did it and explaining how somebody else can set it up, but this requires the Latios and Latias Battle Tower glitch, which is exclusive to Ruby and Sapphire. When you lose a fight in Ruby and Sapphire's Battle Tower, the game has like a weird instance where when you lose any other fight, the trainer will withdraw their Pokemon and have like a line, some kind of dialogue that they say because you lost the fight. But in the Battle Tower, it doesn't do that. And I wonder if that's the culprit. Because if you lose in the Battle Tower and your next battle... Okay, there we go. Don't need to do Emerald anymore. And your next battle is with the Latios. The game is in a very weird glitch state where it resumes the fight that you were in before at the Battle Tower. So I believe that's Shell Bell. I never remember which TM is Fly. Is it 2? Swablu can learn this. Sure hope this isn't Flash or something dumb. Well, it won't let me fly in here. That's gotta be... Yeah, it's Fly. Okay, so I think we're ready. So what I need to do is I need to get into the Battle Tower, lose on a trainer that has a Pokemon I had. So I caught this shiny Beldum. I guess it was a gift. I didn't catch it, but it's registered to my trainer ID and my SID. So I traded with another file, record mixed with that file where they lost at round 3. So when I do this Latios glitch with the trainer that I've record mixed with, I know we're getting pretty complicated, but then I'll be able to re-catch that Pokemon, that shiny Beldum. Surprised the Zangoose lived. And got a crit. Are you kidding? Alright. Off to a terrible start. Thankfully, we have a very silly Latios here, where he's got Thunder, Surf, Rain Dance, and Memento as his setup. And he taunts me after I've set up Rain. Very good. And he's got Detect. Man, the Zangoose is getting his money worth. Yep, the double protect failed. Finally beat the first Pokemon. Slacking is not what I was hoping to see. Is it better to do Surf? It's gotta be. Right, the rain ended. Flail, nice. 2 misses, very good. So I learned another safety precaution for this fight. We're going to need to KO the Poliwrath that I had when I record mixed. So my team that we're going to be fighting against is Zapdos, Poliwrath, Shiny Beldum. And we need to KO that Poliwrath. So we're going to be using Roar to get the Poliwrath in, because when the Latios exchange ends, sometimes the trainer ID or the trainer AI decides to send in Poliwrath because it's a way higher level than the level 5 Beldum. And when I KO that Poliwrath, I don't get an opportunity to switch to a mean look user. So because of that, we're going to have to KO the Poliwrath. It's very complicated, a very glitchy scenario what we're doing. This is dubiously legal. I think it should count, because obviously I didn't hack the game. I'm not just giving myself a Beldum with a Premier Ball. And of course, actually catching it is very difficult, because Beldum's catch rate is not very friendly. So here we have the actual team. We're going to start off by getting Poliwrath KO'd. This Zapdos has Hidden Power Grass and Thunderbolt, so it'll do big chunks as long as it does damage. The only downside is if he roars a lot. Oh, we just lived. Okay, we'll send in Latios, but we're not going to actually use Latios. We're just going to switch again as a way to try and guarantee damage on Zapdos. No, wait a minute. What we need to do is roar. We need to get Zapdos out. That's right. Sorry, this is a very complicated scenario I'm trying to orchestrate. Yeah, light screen, that's good. So now we roar you out. You use Thunderbolt, which shouldn't kill me unless it crit. Okay, Beldum, I do not want to touch you. I want to leave you be. Okay, please light screen. Doesn't matter. Okay, once again, not the Pokemon I'm looking to see. Again, we see Zapdos. So obviously I could KO Zapdos. It's not really worth it because Zapdos is very useful, being able to just do a ton of damage to me. And Zapdos gets overridden. And there's Beldum again. Please send in Poliwrath. So when the Latios glitch goes off, there we go, there's Poliwrath. The Zapdos, the first Pokemon in the party of 3, gets replaced. That's what becomes the Latios, the Roamer Latios. And the rules of it being a Roamer do not go away. So it can flee the fight. Okay, now it just doesn't matter what we do. We need to get Zapdos KO'd and then end with Latios. Because if I can end with Memento, we're golden. And you decided to roar. Okay, Zapdos down. Send in our Latios. And we Memento. Okay, so we've lost. Very good. Now the glitch is active. The next step is we need to run into Latias, which is a little bit easier said than done. I also need to reorganize my party. I no longer need Poliwrath and the crew, but I am going to need another Smeargle. Yeah, this ought to be good. And now the difficult part. Now we need to get Latios to behave. Let's jump down to the bottom. And now check where she is. She is nowhere near us. So I like to do, I don't know what this is called. It's just like a round trip. You go to each one, because every time you see that little panel show up in the top left, that means Latios has changed position. So when Latios is really far away, I'll just go hit all 8 of these and hopefully bring her closer. Okay, still very far away. So that sometimes helps too, going back and forth really quick. Latios is still not coming by. So it is absolutely crucial we do not get into a wild encounter that isn't Latios. We don't get into a trainer battle. Any battle interaction will mess this glitch up. It's not going to work. Latios is nearby. She's hanging out on Mount Pyre. Nice. Okay, she's nearby. So in this scenario, I generally try and meet her. This usually works. She'll trade another route and then see that I was on a route she was just on and then come back. Okay, we're good. We're good. Our first attempt, guys. We got it. As I promised Riley and Varese, there's a little... I don't have a surf Pokemon because I got rid of whatever. We just won't surf. We'll just do it on land. Okay. We will not be doing the shimmy. Sorry, guys. I did get a shimmy encounter on my test attempts, but not this one. This could crash the game. Hang on. That bunny hop can crash the game on Japanese Ruby and Sapphire, if you guys didn't know. So we repel tricked because we're level 40. We start off, we immediately mean look the Latios so she doesn't go anywhere. Now Latios is going to try and attack us. We're Ghastly, so we're super weak to Psychic. We use Destiny Bond. Mist Ball is going to do 300% of Ghastly's health. Look at that. Ghastly didn't survive. And we take Latios with us. Ask us if we want to switch. We do. Now we send in our Smeargle. And there he is. Isn't he beautiful? What a love. I was supposed to mean look, guys. And do you see why this is a frustrating encounter? Well, that was definitely a mistake on my end. All right. Back to this. This is why I was hesitant to stream it, because I think this is just like very boring. So, if someone ends up showing up, it'll be a little bit better. But if this is one of those streams where I'm doing it too late at night, no one's around, fair enough. So we'll give this one more attempt. That's right. I got to make sure I mean look right away. Because I was thinking in my head, I no longer need to trick this with this Smeargle. I need to trick with the next Smeargle, because that's the guy who's holding Shell Bell, and that's going to be our useful item. We're going to hold off on tricking Beldum until he's like almost red, and then we'll trick him, and he won't keep gaining health. If he has leftovers and he's asleep, he'll gain health every turn, whereas if he's holding Shell Bell, he only gains it when he does damage. So when he wakes up, he'll deal damage and then gain a little bit of health, so then we just put him back to sleep. And he'll be stuck. His HP bar will be stuck very low. We're setting up barriers so that we don't take very much damage, even though it's a level 5 Beldum. Obviously, it's not going to do much damage. And one other stipulation I considered was using a, what's the ability? Battle Armor. Shell Armor. Whatever the one that makes it so you can't get hit by crits. That would be one, but a crit at this low level behind the barriers, it just does so little damage. Okay, fight one down. Thankfully, I have so much experience in the Battle Tower. None of these guys are all that difficult. I remember most of their movesets. And of course, none of them are difficult for Zapdos, even without that. Zapdos, he's very strong for the Hoenn Tower. No fake out, very good. There we go. Now we're back to the actual fight. I can't believe I squandered that Latias, though. That definitely is annoying. Perfect. Exactly what we want to see. So you should always send in Zapdos here. Yeah, you do. Nice. I don't think we live this. Maybe if it's a super low roll. Okay, we now go back to Zapdos. We'll alternate between Hidden Power and Light Screen. The AI has the same idea. We could use Roar. The only issue is if we end up with... well, I guess it wouldn't matter. Yeah, we can use Roar. Because we can always... No, but how is Beldum going to kill us? Beldum's going to get too low health. No, we're not doing that. We're just going to keep spamming Light Screen. We're going to wait for Zapdos to KO us. Doesn't matter if he roars a bunch and makes it annoying. Yep, very nice. Very cool. There we go. That's what we want to see. I do have a Lumberry in case I do get parried. Speak of the devil. Right there. Not like it matters. We do want the Zapdos to die anyways, so the Lumberry is just for extra assurance. Light Screen can't go up. Hidden Power is going to do peanuts because we're behind a Light Screen and have resistance. Now you want to Thunderbolt. Hey, there it is. Nice. Very useful crit. Now our Latios joins, and we've sealed the exchange. Okay, very good. Now we get out of here in our semi-glitched state. We take off to Mauville. All good. All right. Let's not mess this one up. That was just a little embarrassing. Look, this is all a test. I'm still practicing. I have encountered this. I think this is my 4th time. And it's just a nasty catch. It just sucks. It's very hard. And I think this is my best strategy, though. Now that I've got the Shell Bell, I think this is going to be the one where I can get an infinite strat against Beldum. And I can keep him low health. So this is about a coin flip. I'm feeling north. Did she go south? No. We're going to go to that route. There we go. See? It was all meant to be. We get a fast Latias. So we hide up here so we don't get any trainers. We use our White Flute. We use our Repel. Get ready. I've only got 2 stacks of Premier Balls, but it shouldn't matter. Hey Max, how you doing? Here we're gonna do our pretend little shimmy. Whoa, I'm getting late on the frame. Where's the frame? Latias, please. There we go. So the funny thing about this, Max, is it's technically also duping the Beldum. Now, I don't plan on doing this to keep 2 Beldums. Well, it would be 3 because I already have a shiny Beldum before this guy. But this is going... because the Beldum I'm catching now is from the battle tower when I record mixed with a different team. So because of that, it's just like a phantom alternative copy. So it's a very inefficient cloning glitch. Because you get 1 per save file. You trade your Laddie for it. Though that is a fine trade. The Laddie in Ruby and Sapphire is not very good. They have broken stats, which is unfortunate. Okay, gotta remember this. It does allow me to catch it, yeah, because look, I'm fighting a wild Beldum. Like, this is something that you can't ever do, because Beldum is a gift Pokemon. So we stack our barriers, so Beldum does very little damage to us. These are probably a little superfluous given our level difference, but I like to be extra sure. I can't imagine he does a high roll that does more than like 4 damage. Okay, now that we're set up with that, we're going to Baton Pass, which Baton Pass retains our stat buffs, but it also retains the fact that we used Mean Look. So this Beldum can't go anywhere. So now... it doesn't really matter what we do. Let's just put him to sleep and start throwing balls. See, here's the annoying part. Here's the only thing that's good about streaming this, because this is really dry, boring, is that now I have a lot of downtime to chat, because there's nothing to do different. Waiting a bit. I need a Sapphire with National Dex. I reset my Ruby for Mudkip. Very nice. Yeah, I saw your Mudkip last night. Very cool. Relaxed is like a very good nature for a Swampert. It's my... when I bred for a Swampert, that's the one that I went with, was a relaxed little dual hunt Beldum. Nice. So I recently found a way to dump my saves off of the Game Boy cartridge onto a Wii. So because of that, I can use PK Hex to spawn these starters again, at least I think. I know there are some ways... well, I could also just restart the game and then flash my save later. So that would work too. But now I can do starters without having to mess up all the games. I don't really know yet. I have a lot of bulk on this Beldum. He really is good. He is really awesome. I should actually maybe get his IVs on screen. I don't think it matters too much. I posted them earlier today, or yesterday. We can put him on screen. May as well. That's one of the fun things about streaming. But yeah, he's a total gem. Awesome defensive stats. Attack is really good. His worst stat is speed, and that's really not that bad. There we go. Save 1990X. Is it you? Go up there. There we go. So now we change you to be this. There we go. That looks good. Like that. That looks good, right? That doesn't look like an insane stream. There we go. It's better in emeralds. I don't think it's different. I think it's just a Beldum instance. Like if you were to somehow hack a gift Beldum into fire red, he's not gonna have different stats. It just rolls when you pick him up. But this guy kicks ass. He has great defensive stats. So I'm considering a defensive build with protect and leftovers. Substitute might also be a really good option. But the killer, you can't really see it on the picture. The killer is that he rolled, where is it? Right up there. Hidden Power Rock at 68 base power. Now, if you know the base powers for Hidden Power, the highest you can roll is 70. 70 is the highest. So this is a borderline highest HP rock, which is awesome because that's like Rock Slide. But I won't miss. It's 100% accuracy, so I'm not going to miss ever. There's no Rock Slide miss. The most tragic fate that can happen in Gen 3. Yeah, it's just awesome. I feel more compelled to use HP Rock because of that, so I don't really know what moves we're going to go for, though. Shadow Ball is always good. Double Edge is a underrated Beldum tech, or Beldum Metagross tech. Agility is a fun set. He gets access to screens. We could always do a substitute Iron Defense. He's got a ton of options. The calculator I use is the one that spits out the images that are green, like that. Here, I'll post the... this is the calculator I'd suggest using, because it tells you the potential base power. So this guy. That's the one I use. There's a bunch of other IV calculators out on the net, but this one, once you know your hidden power, which I like to go and fight a Kecleon and hit it with a hidden power, that'll tell you what your hidden power is. Doing that now. Nice swag. Pet your dog for me. It was such a nice ending to the video, too. Oh, and of course he woke up right away. So now we're starting to get to this part that seems risky. We're starting to get to risky. Look, he's at yellow territory, yellow health. That's not good. He's getting low. We are holding a Shell Bell, and we will be tricking it onto him once he's in red HP. Nice. I appreciate it. Yeah, the Kecleon trick. That's it's very useful. When I actually did this the first time, I went all the way up to level 50 as a Metagross, and I one-shotted the Kecleon, and I was like, uh-oh, this is like a very strong hidden power. It's probably like flying or like poison or something, because it said it was neutral. Yeah, I love doing the prep work. It's so fun. And I had to feel this one out, too. I wanted to do a test capture against like a regular Beldum, but I ended up not, and then got the Beldum pretty quickly. I know to some people 9K doesn't seem very quick, but to me the 9K just flew by. Felt like this was barely 2 weeks. And as I've said in Riley's chat a bunch of times, I'm planning to make a big in-depth video that sort of acts as a tutorial for how people could do this, since there's certain stipulations people may not recognize right away. Are you kidding, dude? Yes. Well, Noodles, your good luck charm worked. Dude, we got him. Yeah, we'll nickname him. Time to find out if he turns into a bad egg when you nickname him. I can't believe that. I was in a super long fight earlier today. And now we just get him. Okay, are you a bad egg? Please don't be a bad egg. You're in the PC. Okay, moment of truth. Does nicknaming him turn him into a bad egg? Please don't. There he is. There he is. Look at him. And he's caught in a premier ball. Oh, that's so good. That's so clean. Look at him. A ball match. I believe I'm the first person in the world to have done this. I believe. If someone can prove me wrong, if someone else has done this before, people have laddie glitched to keep a shiny from the tower. I've seen a guy who did a Swampert and he used a Master Ball, and that's cool because you can't get a Swampert and a Master Ball normally. But this is distinctly a shiny I hunted, and I got to recatch it. This is so insane. This is so good. So bad news is that my Lati is dead on this file, but also who cares? It's a Latios, or a Latias. I already have a shiny Latias, and I could always get one that has, like, good stats instead. That was really quick, too. How many balls was that? The Shell Bell paid off immediately. Also, he's not... Oh, this guy's still holding the Shell Bell. Now all we gotta do is save. Max, I appreciate you tuning in. I did say before you got here this is probably going to be a short stream, but now I don't know what to do. I expected to be doing this for hours. I expected to be banging my head. Look at that. It was 15 balls. That was it. 15? I got down to the middle of stack 2 earlier today. Alright, let's see it. We're going to throw them out for the first time. This is big. This is a Gen 3 first, as far as I can tell. Gonna save again, just in case, because I don't want to get any EVs on this guy until I am ready to train him. My Repel's still active. It shouldn't matter that I'm a low level. There we go. There's a Whismer, and here is a Beldum that's shiny in a Premier Ball. Oh, that's just the best. That's so cool. Yeah, no, the ball color matches. The flash of red matches his eye perfectly. It's just lovely. And then we send him out. That's so good. I'm just going to keep doing this until I white out. So what's the point? I already saved. I may as well just appreciate it. Drink in the look. Use next Pokemon? You bet. We're sending out 1990X. Oh, man. That just looks awesome. First person ever to ball match a shiny Beldum. Because the only other way you can get a Metagross in a Premier Ball is to catch a shiny one in Coliseum. I believe that's the only other way that you can do this. And of course that can't be a Beldum or a Metang. That has to be a Metagross. Because it's a Shadow Metagross. It's never a Beldum that you raise. So I'm wondering if I should keep this as a Metang just for extra swag. It would kind of suck because he's it's Metang. It's not Metagross. You see, I don't gain boosted experience because this is my OT. My new file beats the Elite Four. Hell yeah, dude. Actually, Max, I'm going to show you an Easter egg in this game. Literally in the room with Beldum. Because I know it was on this file. If you are playing this game and you get to Moss Deep, and instead of going to talk to Steven to get Dive, you can trade in a Pokemon that knows Dive, and he leaves Dive here for you to pick up in post-game. There's a little message here. Obviously, it's in Japanese, but he leaves a little extra message here. The message says to pick up to take care of the Beldum, but also that he left Dive for you because it's an important move, and that's how the game makes sure you can get Dive no matter what. Yeah, Rayquaza Luxury Ball is definitely a swag match. It's one of the best. It just looks so nice. Okay, enough gushing. I think we're going to do a little trade back to get this guy over to Emerald, and maybe we'll just do some Emerald Tower for a little bit tonight. Just a nice, easy, chilled out stream. No, it won't prevent Beldum from being there. There will just be 2 Pokeballs on the table. It's a nice little Easter egg safety feature so that the player isn't just locked out of dive. If, say, you were to trade, I was to trade you a Golduck and you go to Suitopolis and then you decide to release your Golduck, well, now you're stuck. You're in trouble because you don't have dive as a move to teach. Though I guess in that instance, you're just stuck no matter what. I wonder if that works. Hang on. I should try that sometime. The game sometimes doesn't let you release Pokemon that have an HM if they're the last Pokemon that has that HM. So if you try and erase or release a Pokemon that has Strength or Rock Smash and you're past the point where the game knows you're going to need Strength and Rock Smash, it just won't let you. No, it's still after the Elite Four. Because all that you're skipping is the interaction where Steven is in that house and he gives you dive. There we go. I did it. Goodbye, Beldum. 1990X. What an awesome looking name. I should probably... I'll do it once it's on the Game Boy, actually. That'll be perfect. I'll do that. I'll take a picture and send it to the gang. Nice. Get to see his little animation. Where is my phone? It's in the other room. Okay, good news is that I can now stop the recording on my computer because I needed to record that footage for a video I'm planning to make. Yeah, no, thanks, Max. It's gonna be really cool when the video's done because it was a little bit of a quest. So this goes back to, or hang on, I'll tell the story in a moment. There we go. Got my cell phone so I can take a nice picture of it in Emerald with the Premier Ball. So this tale goes back to when Riley was doing Battle Tower attempts. And he has a early trainer, a record mixed trainer, in his tower. It's like round 7 or round 8. So because of that, we started to shoot the idea of, does the record mix trainer follow the level scaling and the random nature like the regular trainers in the Battle Tower? So, if you're unaware, in Ruby and Sapphire, when you battle, Birdkeeper Greg or whatever, his Swellow is spawned there, and it has its moveset, and it has its IVs, and it has its EVs. Its IVs are dependent on how deep into the tower you are. So if you're early on, it's going to have bad IVs, and if you're deep into the tower, it's going to have good IVs. But also, its nature is just randomized. Just straight up random nature. Look at that, met at the battle frontier. That is so cool. I love that. So we didn't know if record mixing like that would change. If I record mix with you, is my Pikachu's nature going to change, or his IVs going to go up when he's deeper into the tower? We didn't know, because no one's ever tried to catch, or to Lottie glitch catch their record mixed Pokemon. So I tried it, and we learned the hard fact is that if you do that, you get a bad egg. Now, here's where this gets interesting. So what I did is say that I catch a shiny Pikachu right at the start of the game, and I decide to trade it to you. And then I record mix with you, and you had a streak in the battle tower, so you had my Pokemon the whole time. You have a Pikachu that was caught by me. Its TID and SID are going to match me. So when I Lati glitch it, it's not going to be a bad egg. It just checks out. It's correct. It's this your TID is correct and the SID is correct. So because of that, we're able to recatch our own Pokemon. This means Pokemon that are trapped in a Pokeball can finally be in any ball. It's a very difficult setup, obviously. You need to have Mean Look active, but once you're good, you got it. Look at him, dude. Oh, we gotta candy him for sure. Hang on. Yeah, we're gonna be candying him. Just to take a look. Also, here's the rest of the gang. All these guys. A friend of mine was over today and he caught the Clamperl, the one I was struggling to hit the frame underwater. He just nailed it right away. So we now have Clamperl. Yeah, let's just candy him. Let's just get him, get to look at the sprite. I think we're in Lily Cove. Yeah, we're in Lily Cove. Yeah, the Met location is sick. If I trade him into Ruby and Sapphire, it actually changes to the Battle Tower rather than the Battle Frontier. Okay, we'll send him out right away so we get to see his little emerald animation. Nice. Yeah, I'm excited. This was the last little puzzle piece. All I needed to do was just catch the Beldum. I have like an idea of what I want to talk about, and I have a lot of the footage I need. Only annoying thing is that I'm gonna have to download one of Riley's streams and like cut out certain parts when he and I were discussing this originally, because our concept was doing this with shinies, but potentially you could. We didn't know if the natures and the IVs would scale, because if they did, that would be sick. I would be able to take any shiny I've caught, get my trainer all the way up to match 49, then do the Lati glitch and catch him again, and he would have perfect IVs. And also re-roll his nature, which would be so sick. You would essentially like come out of the battle tower with a new version of your shiny, but now he's cracked. Now he's got the nature that's good for him, and he has good IVs. All right, it's candy time. We're candying him. I want to see the Metang get sent out. And thankfully I have tomorrow off, so that's likely what I'm gonna do. I still have to get up early. I still have some stuff I need to do early in the morning, but I'll have all of the evening to get this video set up. Because I do feel like if more people catch on to this method, more very popular YouTubers, they may feel compelled to do this too. Because it's just such a unique thing. The fact that you can get, like, say you have a shiny, well, your shiny Mudkip. It's really cool. He's really awesome. One cool thing you could do is recatch him in a Master Ball, which matches the Swampert very well. And I think, like, for years, a lot of people just wouldn't even consider that, because gift Pokemon are always in a Pokeball, and that's it. That's just how it is. Exactly, yeah, do it with Swampert, yeah. So there's two important stipulations. Obviously, this only works in Ruby and Sapphire, and you get one per save file. Because you're trading your Lati. You're trading the Roamer Lati. And it's a pretty good trade. The Latios and Latias have bugged IVs. So, why did I press B? Sorry, I just can't let him not be a Beldum. I love seeing Beldum. Yeah. Yeah, record mixing, it's a very underappreciated feature. So do you remember, Max, when I showed you my EXP farm, which had all those? Oh, look, I skipped over my moves, so now I don't get them. That's funny. Remember when I showed you my EXP farm that had all those Latioses just using Memento? That was due to record mixing. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to make a video just explaining record mixing, because it does seem like an underexplored thing. But if I say, actually, let's just go do it. Let's do it. Do a live demonstration. I know, Matang looks so good in this game. Oh, nice. That looks awesome. So I think it's 43. That's how much of a Gen 3 nerd I am. I remember secret powers like deep into the TMs. Yeah, secret powers 43. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I hope that my video is able to illuminate that, because it's very complicated. If I was to try and explain that just via text, it's not going to make a lot of sense. Even explaining it with my voice isn't all that easy. I need like video demonstration. Yeah, so here is my secret base. If I record mix with you in your game, this secret base will be there. And when we record mix, say I had a team, I had a level 100 Magikarp, and that's my whole team when you and I decided to record mix, you could enter this place and once a day fight me with my 100 Magikarp. You would fight whatever my team was at that time. Meaning, there's certain exploits you can do, like having a crew of Latios that only have the move Memento. So they immediately use Memento, KO themselves, you get a ton of experience. But you can do that for EV training. I also have these Pokemon. Where are they? This is another useful facet for record mixing. I have these Pokemon. Exploud gives 3 HP EVs, and I neutered him, so he only has Howl. He can't do damage. So if I send in a Pokemon with Pokerus and is holding a Macho Brace, they will get 12 HP EVs for KOing this guy. This one will give 12 attack, this one will give 12 defense, you know, all the stats. Linoon's not part of it. So that's another interesting facet for record mixing. There's other weird stuff that it changes, like your Feebas tiles, their position changes, and when you and I record mix, you and I might just get the same Feebas tiles, so they would move for your file or move for my file. I don't really know how that works. It changes the trendy saying in Dewford. It changes some other of those messages. Your achievements will appear on my TV. That's another one we should try. See if any of the TVs show my recent events on different files. These guys don't have a TV. On that TV you can't view because there's a guy in the way. Yeah, record mixing is it's very cool. Let's have a look at the trainer who did their very best. Number 1 trainer is one of my Japanese emeralds. He picked up 20 berries. Whoa. Yeah, see, this is a message that's only here because I record mixed with that file. Alright, I said we're going to do casual Battle Tower, and that's a pretty good way to end the stream. So we'll do Battle Tower for a little bit. So, Max, do you have a method to back up your save? If you have a Game Boy Advance to GameCube link cable and you have a homebrewed Wii, it's pretty easy to back up your save. Put you down here with the champions who will get EV trained later. I think you were a Premier Ball too, yeah. Do an all Premier Ball team. Dude, you could do that with... Well, no, you can't do that with Eevee because he's from Fire Red. Eevee is another Pokemon you can't get in a different ball. So you would have to hatch a shiny Eevee egg in Ruby and Sapphire and then recatch that. That would be tricky. That would be tough. Yeah, we use Obake. He's just so strong. So strong. Two GB ASPs, DS Lite, DSi, 3DS, and Game Boy Micro. Do you have a link cable? Because you will need a link cable to Record Mix. Yeah, the GameCube to Game Boy Advance cable is pretty cheap. You can get a hold of official ones for not that much. Show me that you have guts. I don't know how deep into this I am for my current streak, so let's turn off. Don't need to know Beldum's IVs right now. Oh, I must have lost a streak. This looks like a baby team. Because I have a 4-way link cable. Nice. Yeah, that's something I do want to see. I do want to understand the repro cloning thing. Because I have a reproduction Fire Red, and I just generally don't touch it. I don't really use it ever. Poliwhirl. My favorite Pokemon. You know what? Let's let him live for now. KO Poliwhirl last. I have a bad feeling Love Disc is going to use Protect. Use Dive. It's even worse. See what we can do here is use Follow Me, and now Dive will only hit Clefable. It'll never hit our Latios. Yeah. Yeah, and I definitely would be nervous setting that up if you could potentially mess up. But it'd be cool to understand. The only things I know about the repros is that they have issues saving because they are typically, because they're made after the fact, right? These are made in the last couple of years, or maybe a little more than that, but they're more recent. And getting a board that's the right ROM size is not that easy. So people just flash the ROM to a board that's the wrong size, so it like fails certain checksums and just can't save correctly. Now that's specific to Fire Red. I don't know about Emerald. Yeah, you can lose Pokemon. Just have to know to save. Yeah. Which is good, because if you share that, you make a video, people that have the repro would then know that that's a thing they can use, which is very cool. I'm starting to remember I don't want to be leading with Clefable for these, because these are all early matches. We'll send in Clefable in the later ones. But of course the later ones are at the end of the set, so whatever. We can send in Snorlax. Yeah. Repro Emeralds and I clone them via trades. Yeah. Okay, so Seal is a Pokemon I do not like seeing because one thing he loves to do is use Fake Out. But having Follow Me, Fake Out's no longer a problem because Fake Out isn't going to hit Latios. It's going to hit Clefable. And who cares if we get faked out? We didn't We don't need a turn with Clefable, we want one with Latios. Mm-hmm. It's actually very safe. You just need to save the repro manually after the trade because the text saying the game is saving while in the link room does not actually save. Gotcha. I love this Clefable. She's just a joy. I got it during a fun Shiny Hunter event. I think it was 2 years ago. It was like 2 guys were running it, and they called it Casino Week. With the idea is everyone just go to the game corner and go for game corner Pokemon. And I got the Clefable pretty early on. Clefable's a fun game corner hunt. I hope Squirtle uses Protect this turn, because if not, then we're gonna... Yep, it didn't. Awesome. There's a high chance it protects on this turn, which just wastes our time. He's setting up his physical defense for the the special attacker that's staring him down. So another cool application of this glitch is Chansey. Chansey's a Pokemon you can only ever get in a Pokeball or a Safari Ball. I think there's a Shadow Blissey in XD, perhaps. And I guess there's a Scyther, so I think there's probably a couple more, but for the most part, the overwhelming majority, yeah, you're kind of stuck for what balls you can catch these Pokemon in. Yeah, I know. It was so fast. I expected to be doing this for a while. And now I don't know what to do. I don't want to train it yet. I'm considering using it on a playthrough, but if you remember when I showed you my DTQ folder, I had a Beldum ready for the DTQ. So now I'm kind of stuck. I don't know what to do, because now I have 2 Beldums, and they're both pretty good. So this is another really swag tech. When I use Follow Me, some physical attackers will see Latios and go for Shadow Ball, but because Shadow Ball is now getting redirected, it just hits Clefable and does nothing. Grand Bull's wasting its time with a lowering the speed of a Pokemon who is a priority move. I think you have Shadow Ball. Shouldn't matter much. Larvitar. Swagger. Everything's going out of control. So I often forget, Larvitar's not actually a dark type. He's a rock ground. I have to go. My GF works nights in the hospital. I'm going to drop off her food. It's here for the catch. Yeah, thanks for showing up, man. It was a lot of fun. Seriously, your dog is a good luck charm. I do mean it when I say thank the dog. Yeah, I think I probably will get off after the end of this set. But yeah, seriously, cool for stopping by. It was very nice. I thought I would still be doing the encounter like right now. Expect it to take until like 10:30, and then I run out of balls and need to start again. But we just got him right away. The streamer blessing is real. The streamer luck. Speaking of Beldum, look who it is. So I want to give a major shout out to Veriz, who is likely going to see this VOD. He mentioned giving Thunderbolt to Latios instead of using Dragon Claw, and I'm liking Thunderbolt a lot, because without it, I would have no good way to hit Beldum and Metagross. I would have Dragon as my best option, but now we've got this. Celestial being, we both appreciate you and your company. Well, that's good. I'm glad. I think if I was to use this Latios in singles, I would consider Surf. Wow, another miss. Use Follow Me again. This is such a cheesy Clefable too. I really love it. We use Double Team in our hold item as Bright Powder, and we constantly use Follow Me so attacks get redirected to us. We have halfway decent bulk, and we have Soft Boiled. We can just regain health if the situation arises. It's just awesome. Yep, we get paralyzed. Watch this. Being paralyzed does not hurt us at all because Follow Me is a priority move. Doesn't matter that we're slow. Our priority move still goes off. Ooh, that's a Bright Powder Chikorita. Seedot making the big play. Shiny Seedot's a Pokemon I'd like to hunt. Though I want to hunt Ralts, and I know the odds are high you're going to get a Seedot and a Lotad along the way, depending on what version, so I don't think I'd ever plan to hunt Seedot, but the odds are high I would end up with a shiny Seedot. It's like the bats. I don't think anybody intentionally hunts Zubat. We all just end up with a Zubat doing something else. Which is funny. It's very cool. I don't know enough about the Emerald Tower to know how many boom Pokemon there exist. How many Pokemon are going to go for Explosion. Or Self-Destruct, anything like that. I imagine Snorlax probably never has Self-Destruct because it's a weird move for him to get. You have to go through XD. And I don't think that they would expect the player to know, by the way, this Pokemon can potentially learn this move if you played this one side game. So I think that's probably not a combination. No exploding Snorlax. Gengar, however, I think is fair game. Ah, of course you double protect. I think Gengar is fair game for Boom. I know Metagross has it. I know Glalie has it. It's a very threatening move. I wonder if Bagon is stuck. He's trying to lower Latios' speed and doesn't realize that he's getting Follow Mead. So we're going to let Bagon live. We're going to take out the other target first and let him continue to do this. Another strategy I've used is doing this against a Flareon. Flareon sees my Latios and keeps going for Shadow Ball, and of course it just gets redirected. I think you're gonna detect? Maybe. Let's see. Nope, no detect from Medicham. Corphish is a definitely protect spammer. So let's just waste a turn. Yep, he goes for it. I should probably stream this format more often. The doubles team this specific team because I like this team a lot. I think Snorlax, believe it or not, is our weakest link. My Snorlax is not the best. So I think having a better Snorlax would improve this. But I'm not going to shiny hunt another Snorlax. That would be silly. So I just need like a strong physical attacker. I just need to get one. Which, as you guys saw, I happen to have a Beldum. I happen to have a very good Beldum. So he might become on the team. And he synergizes really well with Gengar because he can explode. Another strategy would be to give him a Person Berry and use Swagger on him, which could work with Clefable. There's a lot of strategies, a lot of cool ways I could be using that Beldum. I'm going to have to really give it a good plan. So Ice Beam should KO Skiploom. Sorry, Skiploom. I will get back to Coliseum. Don't worry about that. This Beldum video won't take too long. Do you get the para? Yep. It's essentially Body Slam. I know it's like weaker base power, but it's basically Body Slam when you use Secret Power in the tower. Secret Power in the tower. Mudkip might be a Protect user. Nope. The Whirlpool strategy is so funny. I've seen an awesome strategy in Generation 3 competitive where you use Whirlpool. Swampert uses Whirlpool as a way to trap Blissey. Because Blissey is generally doesn't really want to hang out with Swampert. You don't want to get a Earthquake crit by accident or a potential Focus Punch when you try to heal. So you don't really want to deal with Swampert. So getting stuck with Whirlpool is seriously funny. I think Milo also has a Whirlpool Toxic strat. It might be Wrap, not Whirlpool, but it's a move that hits you multiple times and you're not able to switch out. Not a very useful strat in PvE, but in PvP it's kind of funny. Sneasel, Sharpedo, two Dark-type users. Not great. But Sneasel is likely to Shadow Ball into Clefable. You may Brick Break, though. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll definitely live. Or Fake Out. Even better. War Turtle is also a Protect spammer. Go for another Follow Me. Hopefully don't get Brick Breaked by Sneasel. Yeah, move like that. That was definitely targeting Latios. So that's a little annoying. I don't really want to be asleep, but also I'm not that threatened by a War Turtle. He's likely going to go Protect this turn, so let's just bring in Snorlax. Octillery, my other companion from Coliseum. I think the game is trying to tell me something. And there you have it. We only did one set. Like I said at the start, this wasn't going to be a very long stream, so I'm very glad to have gotten the Beldum, though. That's a nasty cat. It's like a legendary. It's like, catching Zapdos in 3 balls, or 15. This is very, very tough, but things worked out. The strategy didn't even come into play, but that's fine. Yeah, that was a new set. I just got to see him. I just got to take one more look at him. It says he's from the frontier, even though we know that's not true. Let's go hang out in Scott's house. Hey man, check out my Beldum. Look at that guy. Well, I appreciate anyone who stuck around, anyone that watched. Max, Noodles the dog, very grateful for your good luck blessing. This is very cool. I think this is very unique, and I'm excited to share it with you guys.